This is the High School Football America podcast for August the 26th, 2024. I'm Jeff Fisher. The High School Football America podcast is brought to you by First Place Spiritwear, the official outfitter of High School Football America. First Place Spiritwear is a cool way to get your fan gear. I've been telling you about it for a couple of months since we became partners with this great company out of Ohio. They have an up and running fan gear store for every football team in America. Yeah, you just go to firstplacespiritwear.com, and you can do that by going right to the URL, which is the number one, stplacespiritwear.com. Or the easiest way is when you're on High School Football America, you just click on their banner ad that's located on every page of the website. And man, I'm telling you what, I'm using the word reinvent. They are reinventing fan gear. Coaches, I'm talking to you right now, and booster clubs, the people that do the fan gear. Are you tired of collecting money? Are you tired of storing inventory? T-shirts, hoodies all over the house, in the garage, upstairs, downstairs, in the coaching office, wherever it may be. Well, First Place Spiritwear is going to get rid of that for you. They're going to do all the heavy lifting. It's the hassle-free fan gear solution, and they allow coaches to do what they do best, which is coach. They're the perfect alternative to BSN's fan cloth and local screen printers. They fit in perfectly together. They offer a Fanatics-like experience. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you're not familiar with Fanatics, they've got some cool stuff online for professional teams, college teams. Well, First Place Spiritwear has a designer that's used to work there at Fanatics, and boy, is he turning out some really cool stuff. Like I said, your store is already up and running on the website. You can go there and check it out, but they can customize it for you too. And there's some other cool things aside from the fact that it's 100% online. There's no ordering windows. The stores are open 24/7, 365 days a year. No more ordering windows. And if you're involved in that with BSN, you know what I'm talking about. The orders will ship directly to home within days. Yes, days, not months, which happens a lot. And fundraising, such a big thing nowadays. Well, guess what? The cool thing about First Place Spiritwear is they will help you in that area. Earn 10% on all sales for your fundraising. And during the off season, it can go as high as 50%. And this is cool too. $10 gift codes going out to the players, their family, coaches, staff, all that stuff. It's so cool. And they carry brand names like Nike, Adidas, and Champion. Again, First Place Spiritwear can be found at the number one, stplacespiritwear.com, or just click on the banner ad located on every page of highschoolfootballamerica.com. Also brought to you today by GameStrat. Oh, they are America's premier sideline instant replay system with outstanding reliability and faster speed than Huddle's sideline. I was talking to a coach, had dinner with him last night, and he was talking about how they use GameStrat here in Georgia. Man, do they love it. Video transfers instantly in GameStrat, and its connection stays strong throughout. Other great GameStrat features: seamless video controls, video telestration, and play filtering. Setup is so easy, about 10 minutes to get it all up and running. Again, just like First Place Spiritwear, GameStrat allows coaches to do what they do best, which is coach. Plus, GameStrat has awesome customer service, along with different plans priced right for every coach's budget. And making it even cooler, mention High School Football America when you're talking to the fine folks there at GameStrat, and they will give you a High School Football America friends and family discount. To get that demo, go to GameStrat.com, or just like with First Place Spiritwear, you can click on the GameStrat banner ad that's located on every page of highschoolfootballamerica.com. Well, what a big weekend it was. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, I think I'm still a little bit groggy from watching games well past midnight East Coast time. But, man, there were some dandies. And late last night, around 11 o'clock, we released our first in-season High School Football America 300 powered by NFL Play Football. For those of you not familiar with our national rankings, we've been doing them since 2012, but in 2013 we unveiled our proprietary algorithm, and we've been using it ever since. And as all of you know, I said it when we did the podcast talking about the preseason 300. I'm not a big fan of preseason rankings at all. So last night's was the first in-season one, and the algorithm is designed not to do preseason polls, but to analyze what's happening on the field. So it was a big weekend of games, big activity in that top 25. And if you go to highschoolfootballamerica.com, you can see the entire top 300. We're not going to do it here on the podcast today, but let's start at the top with a highly anticipated showdown between number 1 Mater Dei from Southern California and Nevada's Bishop Gorman, number 2, is all set. After a bye week this week for both teams, Gorman travels to Southern California to play the Monarchs September 8th at Santa Ana Stadium. Both teams picking up impressive wins this past weekend. Mater Dei played its opener and began its defense of its 2023 High School Football America national title with a 42-25 win over number 12 Corona Centennial, one of the tougher teams in Southern California. Gorman moved to 2-0. They won their 27th straight with a come-from-behind 29-21 win over number 7 St. Thomas Aquinas from Florida. Aquinas, for those of you not familiar, an all-time great in the state of Florida. They've won a state record, 5 straight state titles in the state of Florida. The game was seen on ESPN, and it was a dandy, and STA led most of the way, had a shot at the end, but it was the Gales picking up the win. Now, the interesting thing about this big showdown between Mater Dei and Bishop Gorman is the last time the Gales lost, like I said, they've got a 27-game win streak, was back on August 26, 2022, when Mater Dei came from behind to beat the Gales. Mater Dei owns 4 High School Football America National Championships. 2017 and 18, they went back-to-back in those 2 years, 2021, and they won it again last year, as I said. Bishop Gorman, they won our title back in 2016. A lot of people thought they were going to win it last year with us, but our algorithm's different than the opinion polls, and Gorman's Nevada schedule is just weak. Although, if you go to the rankings this week, you will see that they're helped out by Arborview coming in, Bishop Manogue coming in. First time those two teams have been in the national rankings, and the reason in the top 300, the reason for that is they picked up big wins out of state as Arborview beat number 40 Lincoln from San Diego, a shootout, a 1-point game there, and then Bishop Manogue, they defeated St. Mary's out of Stockton, California, and they were ranked in the top 200, so that's going to help Bishop Gorman when it comes to the national championship chase this year. Plus, their interstate games, their out-of-state games, however you want to put it, are very, very good. And hey, you beat Bishop Gorman beats Mater Dei head on. The crown is probably theirs to lose in week 3 of the 2024 high school football season. Now, St. John Bosco, owner of 2 national titles in 19 and 22, it's back in the thick of the national championship conversation. That's because they beat 3-time defending Florida State champ Chaminade Madonna, one of those games that went past midnight. That was Saturday night on ESPN2. A dandy of a game that went back and forth, 34-27, the eventual final, and the win moves the Braves up 2 spots in the latest HSFA 300 powered by NFL Play Football. So the Braves sit at number 3 in the latest rankings. Chaminade Madonna, that started at 3, drops to number 5. If you want to see every score from the top 300, just go to highschoolfootballamerica.com. Everything's there. As we say, we are the home of free content. America, land of the free, home of the brave, that sort of thing. We're the home of the free content. all day, every day, our content is free. Never asking you for, money. Never asking you to sign up. Trust us. You just go and you surf our website, and everything is there that you need. Big week for Milton out of Georgia. They climb 5 spots to number 4 this week after taking down preseason number 24 American Heritage out of Plantation, Florida. That game was also on the ESPN family of networks. That was a fun one to watch. Luke Nickel, the quarterback for Milton, big game. He is headed to the Miami Hurricanes. At least that's where his verbal is, so we'll see what happens come signing day. The upset of the weekend was actually on Thursday. It was in Utah. Corner Canyon soars from 35 to number 9 this week after its upset of preseason number 4 IMG Academy out of Florida. IMG decided late in the game to go for 2. The Chargers defense was more than equal to the task, and a big jump for Corner Canyon. The number 9 ranking this week is the highest they've ever been in our national rankings. Another big mover after a big win was 2-time defending state champ Lakeland out of Florida, as they jumped from 47 to 24 after beating preseason number 22 Miami Central out of Florida. That was a 16-8 score. I'll tell you what, folks, that is the best example of the algorithm, how it works, and why it's not necessarily the best thing in the preseason as far as the poll. We do it for the fans, get the conversation going, but I've said this since the day we started doing rankings back in 2012. High School Football America, that's me, basically, the owner. I've never been the biggest fan of rankings, but I understand the role that they play. And a lot of people were on us because we had Lakeland at 47. It's a great program. The Dreadnoughts are very, very good. They've been doing it for a long time, but the algorithm that spit out, said they were number 47. We finally get to the actual games. Now we're starting to analyze what's going on in the field, and they're in the top 25. Overall, 17 new teams in the first in-season ranking. The biggest one is Collins Hill out of Georgia at 72. They opened with a win over Grayson, a 1-point come-from-behind win that shocked a lot of people. Then they beat number 117 Woodward Academy this past weekend. The Eagles sit at number 72. Lone Peak from Utah breaks in at 139. Guess who they've got this week? Corner Canyon. And tomorrow we are going to talk with Eric Kerr, the head coach of Corner Canyon, about that huge win over IMG Academy, and also how he's going to make sure the team stays up to have another big game coming up here this week. I mentioned Arbor View out of Nevada. 147 this week. First time they've ever been in the top 300. Langston Hughes, which started just outside of the top 300 in the preseason rankings at 305. Big mover. They're sitting at 170 this week. Ravenwood out of Tennessee. Tennessee has 3 teams coming into the top 300 this week. Ravenwood sits at 176. Then you've got Bearden at number 179 and Montgomery Bell Academy at 246. Going back into the order, Chaparral out of Temecula, California, a 1-point overtime win over preseason number 85 San Clemente. So Chaparral making its first ever appearance in the national rankings at number 200. Bishop McNogue from Nevada, we mentioned them. They sit at 214. First time they've ever been in our national rankings, coming off of their first Nevada state title last year. Winton Woods cracks the top 300 at 217 out of Ohio. They took down Springfield, ranked number 95. Excuse me. The Springfield Wildcats were number 95 in the preseason rankings. University out of Orange City, Florida, number 225, new to the 300, and it's the first time they've been there. Long time team that's always in the top 300, but didn't start there in the preseason. The Bucks from Hoover out of Alabama, they won a big game on Flow Football this past weekend, broadcast to a national audience, and Hoover cracks in after taking down Western out of Davie, Florida. The Bucks are at 232. O'Galley out of Florida, 233. Bishop Verrat is 240. We mentioned Montgomery Bell Academy out of Tennessee at 246. El Camino out of Oceanside, California. They make their first ever appearance in the High School Football America 300 at 247. Another first-timer, Clovis West out of California. Cracks at 264. And Osceola out of Kissimmee, Florida. They are 283. So if you go to highschoolfootballamerica.com, you will be able to see all of this stuff for you. The game I'm looking forward to this week is IMG, as I said, they dropped from 4 to 10. They sit at 10, and this week they're in Jersey to take on the three-time reigning non-public A champs, Bergen Catholic. And the Crusaders sit at number 11. That is going to be a dandy. So make sure you, now that the season's off and rolling, that you follow us on all of our social media. You can, get us on Twitter, which we've got almost 30,000 followers, and we really manage that and make sure we don't have eggs in there or people that aren't interested in football. We do it best, we think, and you're not just going to get the High School Football America stories in there as they go up quickly. You'll get that, of course. It's like instantaneous notification if you put us on notification that we've got new stories up. And throughout the season, that usually means what you're going to get is, updated scores. You're going to get updated rankings, our statewide rankings, and all of that. And what we also do is if you tag us, we love to retweet you. And, well, is it still retweeting now that it's called X? We love to retweet you. And we'll also, I kind of treat it, and I know this is kind of an old way to say it, but, the old Associated Press, where it covered everything and gave you everything from around the country. We do a lot of retweeting of football from all 50 states. So it's a good way to keep up with everything that's going on around the nation. So we're at, our handle there is HSFB America. You can follow us on Facebook. Our handle there is High School Football America. We're on Instagram. Handle there is High School Football America. We've even got a LinkedIn page, which gets, it's growing slowly, but it's growing. We're up over, I think, 475 followers on that now. But we've got all kinds of ways for you to keep up with the football season that is going to be a dandy. And that's going to do it for today's podcast, brought to you by NFL Play Football. Hey, coaches, don't forget to check out playfootball.nfl.com for some great resources to help you improve in the coaching profession. Also brought to you by GameStrat, America's premier sideline instant replay system with outstanding reliability, and it has faster speed than Huddle's sideline. You can go to GameStrat.com to get the demo, or just click on the banner ad that's located on every page of highschoolfootballamerica.com. Now, we didn't have a guest on this show, but when we have guests on the show throughout the season, First Place Spiritwear is going to be giving our guest a really cool personalized fan gear pack that has their logo from their school and all that. First Place Spiritwear is the official outfitter of High School Football America. And I said it at the top. I went into a big spiel, but you got to check these people out. We have a limited number of partners, and there's a reason for that in our 20th year. We only want to give coaches and fans the best that there is. And, we're very proud of GameStrat and the growth they've had since we partnered up in 2020. I mean, they've kicked Huddle's butt when it comes to the Huddle sideline and getting them out of a lot of programs there. And those programs, very, very pleased that they've made the switch. We've got NFL Play Football. Need I say more about that? And First Place Spiritwear falls right into that same category. You can go there. There's an up-and-running store for your school right now. They can customize it for you. You can direct message me in the social media, or you can email me at fisher@highschoolfootballamerica.com. I will put you together with the president CEO, Mike Meadows, and get you all hooked up. I'm telling you, it's different. This is my 50th year of covering professionally high school football. I started when I was 14. I've been collecting a check since I was 14. Well, now I'm collecting my own check, as little money as I make or give myself. But anyway, the point being is I know good people and good service, and they have the best at First Place Spiritwear. It will run circles around BSN's fan cloth, and you'll get rid of windows, the ordering windows. You'll get rid of collecting money. You'll get rid of having inventory in your house. It's going to make it easy for you. It's hassle-free, and you can focus on coaching. First Place Spiritwear will do the rest for you. And again, you can get to them by the number 1, stplacespiritwear.com, or make it easy, just like GameStrat. Click on the GameStrat banner ad the First Place Spiritwear banner ad, along with the GameStrat banner ad that's located on every page of highschoolfootballamerica.com. Don't forget, tomorrow on the podcast, Eric Kerr, the head coach at Corner Canyon, talking about that huge upset against IMG Academy, and looking ahead to a game against a nationally ranked opponent on this week against number 139 Lone Peak. Corner Canyon moves from 35 to number 9 in the latest rankings, and you can find all the ranking information you need by going to highschoolfootballamerica.com. That's the High School Football America podcast, and I'm Jeff Fisher. I'll talk to you tomorrow.